Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Hayden, and today I'm here to provide you with the weekly insight on the random Bloodline segment that nobody understands, that didn't do anything to further the story other than drag it out because WWE knows that they're making the most money with this, and without it, they probably wouldn't know what to do. If you guys were unable to catch Smackdown tonight, then don't worry. Go back a couple of weeks ago and watch when Jey Uso super kicked Jimmy and said that he was leaving the Bloodline and leaving the WWE, because up until this point, we still have no continuation other than the fact that Jimmy Uso doesn't understand what's going on. Solo doesn't understand what's going on. Paul Heyman just wants to call Roman on the phone all the time. And SmackDown went off the air, leaving more questions than answers, like always. But don't you worry, because as always, your boy is here to provide some insight and some answers on what I think is actually going on and what I think this is actually going to lead to. About 5 times out of 10, I'm right. So if you like those 5 times, and go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Stick around to hear the other 4, and let's get right into it. Okay, so to start off the night with Jimmy Uso, he decided to make the fatal mistake of coming out and getting on the microphone against John Cena. Number 1, you should not ever do that in your life. Number 2, what business did he have coming out against John Cena other than getting hit with an attitude adjustment? Now, this is the thing I don't understand. I'm not sure if they're going for a make Jimmy look weak approach because he's weak without the bloodline, or I'm not sure if they were just like, hey, why don't you go out there against John Cena? We'll make you look good on the microphone, even though you didn't say anything that made any kind of sense, and you just get hit with the move and you got to walk to the back looking all sad after John Cena's music hits, and he walks out looking like a beast because it's John Cena. So I guess I would say that they're going with the weak approach. They want to make Jimmy Uso look weak without the bloodline because they want to make it look like he needs the bloodline. So he's just hanging on to it. You know, he turned on it, but he's trying to get back because without the bloodline, Jimmy Uso is nothing, essentially. So this leads to Jimmy being mad and going straight to Adam Pearce and saying, let me talk to you. I got a problem. And Michin is in there having a meeting with Adam Pearce, and he's like, yo, get out of my face. Like, I don't even know who you are. Mia Yim, she's upset about it. She goes to the OC and she's complaining. And that's when one of the GOATs, AJ Styles, overhears it. And he's like, you know what? This isn't okay. I'm going to get it handled. So AJ Styles actually catches Jimmy lacking backstage, and they get into it. They get into a shoving match or whatever, and Solo Sikoa blindsides AJ, knocks him to the ground. He's looking at Jimmy. He's like, you're not out of the bloodline until we say you're out of the bloodline. And he's looking at him straight up. You know, he looks strong. He looks good here. He looks like he's about to hold his own. And he says, you can't tell me what to do. Roman can't tell me what to do. Paul can't tell me what to do. I am my own person. I make my own decisions. And he walks off. So obviously, Solo blindsiding AJ Styles leads to a match later on that night. It gets made official, and it is the main event of SmackDown. So they both come out there. They're doing their thing. AJ Styles is actually about to win the match, and then what do you know? Jimmy Uso out of nowhere cost him the match. So right after Solo wins the match, he's looking at Jimmy. He grabs him. He's about to hit him with a Samoan spike, and then Paul Heyman's like, nah, chill out. Do not hit him with the Samoan spike. And then they leave the ring, they're walking up the stage, and Jimmy Uso throws up the 1. And that leaves me like scratching my head, bro. I don't understand what they're doing right now. Jimmy wanted to turn on Roman. He wanted him and Jey to turn on Roman. They wanted to break apart from the bloodline, do their own thing. And then Jimmy's like, no, actually, I don't like Jey. Let me turn on him. And then he's like, no, I do love Jey. I did this to save Jey. I'm always going to choose my brother. I'm always going to save my brother. And then instead of saving and choosing his brother, he's joining the bloodline again. Like, what sense does this make? All right, so here's my theory. No, Austin. Jimmy Uso is supposed to look weak without the bloodline. He's supposed to look like he can't do it without a second hand. He can't do it without Jey. He can't do it without Solo. He can't do it without Roman, without Paul. He cannot do it on his own. And now I think that he is realizing it, and he's trying to get back into the bloodline before it's too late, and he ultimately falls off and becomes nothing. What other reason would you have for a man who just lost his brother, just lost the rest of his family in the bloodline, to come out, get destroyed on the microphone against John Cena, no surprise there, and then get hit with an attitude adjustment because he's by himself, and then go backstage, get bullied by AJ Styles until his brother comes in there and saves him, and then at the end of the show, he saves his brother and he's trying to get back into the family and make a little statement for himself. What else do you call that? That is obviously Jimmy Uso being weak and being nothing without the bloodline. bloodline, so he's trying to weasel his way back into it so he can be relevant again and he can be protected. Look, I don't want to toot my own horn. I don't want to call myself an expert, but I called this when everything happened. I said that Jimmy can't do it by himself. I said that Jimmy is just not that dude, and he would eventually end up coming back to it. I called this. I said this. If I'm wrong, call me out in the comments. As always, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Let me know what you think is going on, and if you guys enjoyed this video or any other video that you should go check out right now on my channel, then please be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and of course, it was a pleasure, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!